everybody, welcome back to Just Please Exile Election. We are getting real close to the end of this game, hopefully. But yeah, here we are, and we're doing some stuff. Okay, we're gonna pick up in a minute. So the capture card has been kind of weird tonight, so I apologize if it's acting up about that. I don't really know why it's being such a little pain in the butt. Okay, so anyway, we're back here with Issei. Well then, I have something I'd like to ask, but what exactly is this world? When you say we're going to do things over again, what do you mean?
Alice-san?
Alice?
どうして僕が答えなくちゃいけないの?
And why do I have to answer you?
そう決めたんだよ。僕たち全員で。
Well, I mean, we all decided, didn't we?
そうだっけ? 状況を整理したいってだけじゃないの?
Wait, did we? I thought you were just gonna take the situation into your own hands from now on.
そうだけど、つまりは君に真実を話してほしいってことと変わりはないよ。また多数決でもするつもり？僕は別に構わないけど。
That may be true, but in other words, all of us still would like to hear you tell us the truth. I mean, shall we have another majority vote? I personally don't care.
でもさ、僕のルールでは選挙を行うのは確定なんだよね。
Yeah, but according to my rules, we have to have an election.
立候補者も対立候補もいて、今日少し時間は遅らせたけど、この時間に行うことも最初から決まってたのに、最初に保護にしたのは要くんだよ。
I mean, we're gonna have the nominee and the opposing candidate, and we might be getting started a little bit late today, but, you know, it still means that we're gonna be having an election now. That's been decided since the beginning. I mean, Kaname was the one who was against it to start.
誰も行わないとは言ってないさ。真実を明らかにした後で、君たちで好きにやればいい。
And no one is telling you that you can't have your little election. It's just that you can do whatever you like after you tell us the truth.
やだね。選挙の中でなら本当のことを話したかもしれないけど、ここじゃあね。
No thanks. I mean, you might hear the truth during the election itself, but, nah, you don't have to hear.
どうしてそんなに選挙にこだわってるんだ? 何か悪巧みか?
So why the hell are you so dead set on having this fucking election anyway? What is this, some sort of like weird thing that you just gotta do?
そうだよ。
Yeah, it is.
またろくでもないことでも考えてんだろうな。
Ah, man, here you are thinking of just dumbass shit that doesn't fit with anything, huh? Doesn't fit with anything, huh? Well, I mean, I guess if given enough time, Alice probably could come up with something like that.
で、何を隠してやがるんだ?
So, what are you fucking hiding?
聞かれても答えないよ。だいたい真実を答えるとも限らないんだから、無駄なことはやめたら?
Look, you can ask all you want, but I'm not gonna answer. I mean, you don't even know if I'm gonna tell you the truth, so why don't we cut out this pointless nonsense, huh? So she won't necessarily answer with the truth, eh? I feel like I've heard that somewhere before. Will she answer with the truth? No, I said so myself. That she would answer all of my questions willingly. That's true. My bet should still be in effect. And if that's the case, then I know why Alice wants to hurry up and get into the election. It's because she doesn't want me to ask her anything I want. Well, if the bet's already in effect, then that means that I've already won. And that means that it would happen after I get into the bed, huh? So is that exactly when our bet falls through? But let's say for a second that that's not the case. And I need to delay getting into the bed.
アリス、賭けの内容は覚えているか？
Hey Alice, do you remember what we made a bet on?
あらら、忘れてたと思ったのに。
What? Aw man, I thought you'd forgotten that.
ベッドには入っていないし、クイズにも答えた。あの賭けは俺の勝ちだ。
I haven't gotten into the bed, and I've answered the quiz correctly. So according to our bet, I've won, right?
また君たちだけで話を進めるつもりかい？
Oh, I see. And so the two of you are just going to go and talk to each other again, huh?
いや、きちんと説明する。
Oh no, I'll go ahead and explain. That I made a bet with Alice. After I had killed all 9 people here, by winning elections against them and having them exiled. After that, Alice had approached me and she brought up having another election, and we made a bet based on that.
代わりにアリスは選挙を行った場合は俺が12個の命令を聞くことを賭けの条件にした。
You see, in return, Alice said that as long as I went ahead and would go ahead and have the election, then... Alright, okay. Okay. On the other hand, if Alice had won and we had another election, it meant that I would have to follow 12 orders that she gave me.
だが賭けには俺が勝った。クイズに正解したからな。
But I won the bet, because I answered the quiz correctly.
随分と複雑な話だね。
Oh my, that's a very complicated situation, isn't it?
それにまだてめえがアリスの仲間じゃないって決まったわけじゃねえしな。
And once again, we have no fucking clue whether or not you're on Alice's side.
それはもうないんじゃないかって思うんですけど。
I kind of feel like he's off the hook in regards to that.
あ
Huh?
ごめんなさい。でも、
Sorry, it's just...
ユーリ、意見があるならちゃんと言え。こいつには手出しさせないから。
Look, Yudi, if you've got something to say, go ahead and say it. Don't mind this guy.
なんだてめえ。
What the fuck you talking about, you bitch?
あんたさ、話を聞くつもりはあるんだろ。じゃあ静かに聞いてろよ。
Hey, you! You're gonna listen, right? So why don't you just shut up and listen?
おいガキ、なめた口を聞いてくれるじゃないか。
Wait a second, kid. Are you fucking coming over here and trying to get fresh with me?
その辺にしておけよ。どうせ無理なんだ。それよりユリ、どうしてそう思うんだ？
Listen, if that's how you're gonna act, then this is just not gonna go, is it? Whatever, forget that. Yudi, why don't you think so?
またこのパターンかよ。
Oh, god damn it, this just keeps fucking happening.
さっき要さんはアリスさんと選挙を行う気でいました。任長寺さんが止めなければ本当に選挙が始まっていたはずです。
Okay, well, earlier, Kaname-san said that he would agree to doing an election with Alice-san. And if Ninchoji-san hadn't stopped everything, then we really would have started another election.
それも演技じゃないとは言い切れねえだろうが。
Couldn't you just explain that by the fact that he's fucking acting?
だとしたら 相当な役者だね。彼が止めなかったら自分たちでどう収拾をつけたと思う？納得のいく筋書きがあるなら聞いてみたいんだけど。
Okay, but if that's the case, then they got awfully lucky. I mean, if he hadn't stopped them, then how exactly do you think things would go? I mean, if you've got some sort of explanation that's satisfactory, I'd love to hear it.
じゃあ任長寺一世もアリスの仲間だったってことだろ？
You know, like, it would be nice if the girls could speak up during this part. Like, come on, guys. Yeah, well, I mean, you could explain it by saying that Ninchoji Issei is part of the squad with Alice.
僕は違うけど、証明する手立てはなさそうだね。でも、それを言うなら君だってアリスの仲間じゃないとは言えないだろう。
Well, I mean, I'm not, but I suppose I don't have anything on hand to present as proof. And if that's the case, then I suppose we can't say for sure that you're not on Alice's side either.
なんだと？
The fuck?
まあ、一条くんの主張とアリスさんの主張、どちらも選挙を行おうとしていたのは間違いないから、君がここでごちゃごちゃ言っても何も変わらないし。
Well, I mean, depending on whether or not we go with Ichijo-kun or Alice-san on this, it seems as though we'll end up having some sort of election. However, you've been over here grumbling the entire time.
そんな無駄なことをアリスさんがするとも思えないから、君は逆に無実だとは思うけどね。
I mean, I can't imagine that Alice would need you to do something so useless, but I mean, perhaps it's you're not telling the truth.
それに僕も一条くんがアリスさんと組んでいるとは思わない。
And besides, I don't actually believe that Ichijo-kun and Alice are paired up in any way.
僕もそう思います。
Yeah, I agree.
まあどうしてですの？
And, why is that?
一条さんのアリスさんを見る目が。
You see, when you look at the way that Ichijo-san looks at Alice-san,
白秋様にそっくりだからでしょうか。
it looks just like you, Hakushu-sama.
そういうこと。
Exactly.
確かに似ているとも言えるかもしれませんわね。
Yeah, I guess it's true. You could say that.
そういうことでしたら納得いたしました。
If that's the case, I suppose I can be satisfied with that. Okay, well, looks like the three of them believe me at least.
それじゃあ私も要さんを信じます。ユーリがそう言うならなおさらです。
Well, I mean, I believe Kaname-san too. If that's what Yuri says, then I believe him.
俺はまだ信じられないけど、アリスと組んでるとはやっぱり思えない。
I can't say that I definitely trust him completely, but I don't think he's teamed up with Alice. Alright, well, I've got these two on my side too. I mean, I think it's more their trust for Yuri that's on display here, but whatever, I'll take either one.
他の人はと言っても、ユリゾノさんくらいしかいないけど。
And, anyone else? I suppose only Yurizono-san is left, though.
私？別にどっちでも構わない。
Me? I don't really care either way. Well, I did actually predict that Ayata Izuki would get in my way like this. And I also figured that Yurizono Shihori wouldn't really care very much. Anyway, it seems as even with those two removed, everybody else trusts me, so I consider this a win.
アリス、質問をするが構わないな。
Alice, I'm gonna ask my questions. I can do that, right?
ああ、長かった。それは別に構わないんだけど、この場合どっちが勝ちになるのかな。
Oh man, that took forever. Alright, well, I don't really care, but in this kind of case, which one of us is gonna win?
どういう意味だ
What does that mean?
僕は君が選挙をしない方にかけたつもりなんだけど、君だって選挙はもうしないって言ったはずだよ。
Well, listen. I went ahead and I bet against you ever doing an election again. And I mean, you said that you'd never set foot on the election stage again.
賭けにどちらが勝つかのタイミングは決めてあっただから俺にはお前に質問をする権利があるはずだ
Excuse me, we decided on the exact moment that the bet would be determined, alright? So, that means that I have the right to ask you questions.
理屈ではそうなるけど、それってちょっと最初の趣旨とは外れちゃわない？
Well, I mean, I see your logic, but I mean, this isn't really following the original spirit of the bet, is it?
賭けにどちらが勝つかのタイミングは決めてあったはずだだから俺にはお前に質問をする権利がある
We already decided the moment when the bet would be decided. So, I have the right to ask you questions.
条件はクリアしてる。でもその後でやっぱり選挙をするっていうのはちょっと納得いかないよ。
Sure, I mean, I guess you ticked all the boxes, but if you go ahead and actually do an election after this, then I can't really be satisfied with that.
ならどうするつもりだ
Fine, then what do you plan to do?
賭けは引き分けってことでどう？君の質問にも答えるし、僕は君にお願いもできる。そうでないならどちらも無効ってことで。
Hey, why don't we say that it's a tie? You get to ask your questions, and I get to ask you to do stuff. And if you don't want to do that, I mean, I guess we could just call the whole bet off. The timing for when Alice gets to tell me what to do is after we start the election.
選挙で無理やり負けろなんていうつもりはない
You don't plan to tell me that you're gonna force me to lose the election, are you?
もちろん。どっちかっていうと選挙が終わった後かな。僕が君にお願いしたいのは。
Of course not. All right. Well, how about this? Why don't we wait until after the election is over? You know, and that'll be when I can ask you to do stuff.
分かった
All right. Get it. Got it. All right. Right now, what we need more than anything is information. In order to win the election. More than anything, we need to know the reason why we were put in this situation.
盛り上がってるところ悪いんだけどちょっと待ってくれるアリスさんが真実を答えるって保証はないんだよねさっき彼女自身がそう言っていたけど
Sorry to cut in just when things were getting exciting, but would you mind waiting for a moment? How do we ensure that Alice-san is going to answer truthfully? She said so herself earlier that she might not tell the truth.
それは大丈夫。要くんには嘘を見抜く力があるから。
Ah, that's fine. Kaname-kun can see lies.
おいおい冗談だろまた始まりやがったぜ
Whoa, 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 whoa. You're fucking joking, right? Oh my god, I can't believe we're starting this shit again.
本当だだからこれが賭けとして成立するんだ
It is true. Okay. It is true, so don't worry. The fact that I won this bet does have meaning.
でも急にそんなこと言われても
Yeah, but I mean, you can't just drop that on us and expect us to buy it.
証明する方法はある嘘をついてみれば俺にはそれが嫌でもわかる
Okay. Well, I mean, there is a way to test it out. If you go ahead and try and lie to me, I'll know it, even if I don't want to.
事前に調べておいたわけじゃないって証明できるならね
Well, if it's something that you couldn't have checked beforehand, then I suppose it would prove it, wouldn't it?
いすみくんの言うことももっともだと思うよ君たちはどうも 僕らのことを知りすぎてるようだし。
That is true what you say, Sumi-kun. I mean, everyone else too. It certainly seems like you know way more about us than you should.
どの程度の確率なら信用できる？
Alright, fine. And if I can prove this, will you believe me?
確率？
To what degree?
1%。その100分の1の確率なら信用できるか？
Alright, how about 1%? Okay? If I'm able to get, if I'm able to prove with a 1% chance, will you trust me?
0.01% か。それなら十分信頼に値するだろうね。でもどうやって？
I believe I'd believe you even if it was 0.01%. However, how are we going to do this?
好きな5桁の数字を頭に思い浮かべろ。
Alright, fine. Think of a 5-digit number in your head.
それを当てるっていうのかい？方法は。
Oh, and are you going to guess exactly what that number is? How?
いいから思い浮かべる。
Whatever, just fucking think of it.
ああ。とりあえずは君の言う通りにしてみよう。紙に書けばいいのかな。
Alright, well, I suppose for the time being I'll go along with it. Shall I write this down on paper?
いや、紙には書かずに心の中で思うだけでいい。盗み見た可能性とか仕掛けがあると思われたら意味がない。そういう可能性全てを潰すためにやるんだ。
No, I want you to just think of it and just engrave it in your heart without writing it down. I don't even want a possible chance that you could argue that I've peeked at the paper or anything like that. Makes it all completely worthless. I need to get rid of all of those possibilities.
頭に思い浮かべるだけでいいんだね。
Alright, so all I have to do is just think of the number in my head.
ああ、それから質問する。最初の桁の数字が何か。はいでもいいえでも。そうだ、違う。でも何でもいいから。答えてもらう。
Exactly. And then I'm going to ask you some questions. I'm going to ask you about what the first digit is. You can answer yes, or no, or that's right, or that's wrong, or whatever. Just make sure you answer.
最初ってどっち？ 1 の位？それとも1万の位？
Oh, I see. And where are we going to start from? 1? 10,000?
どっちでもいい。
I don't care. Either is fine.
じゃあ1万の位からにしようか。
Alright then. Let's start from the 10,000th place.
1万の位の数字は1か。
Okay. So is the first digit a 1?
違うね。
It is not.
それなら2か。
Is it a 2?
そうだよ。
It sure is.
3か。
Is it a 3?
はい。
Yes.
4か。
Is it a 4?
いいえ。
No.
5か。
Is it a 5?
そうだ。
It sure is.
最初の数字は5だ。
Alright, the first digit is a 5. Okay. In order, perhaps because he was confused, or perhaps because he was he was thrown into confusion over this, he wasn't able to answer directly. But it didn't matter.
すごいね。じゃあ次は1000の位かな。
Wow, that's amazing. Alright then. So next, let's go from the thousands place. Okay. We did it over again 4 more times. And I was able to guess what the 5-digit number was that he had thought of in his head. It was 58,266. It was possible that the numbers didn't have any sort of particular meaning or anything, but there was also a chance that there was some sort of... Okay. Sort of meaning, but that probably made it easier for me to gain everyone's trust.
すごい。僕は信じるよ。
Wow, that was amazing. I believe you.
てめえらがグルじゃなけりゃな。
Ugh. My God, when are you gonna stop with this dumb shit?
お前も言ってみろ。やり方はわかるな。
Alright, well then you fucking try it out then. You know how to do it, right?
誰がやるかよ。
Who's gonna do that shit?
全員が信じるまで何度でもやってやる。お前が最後でも構わない。次、信用できないものは
Listen, I will do this as many times as I need to until everyone here believes me. You can go last if you want. Alright, next. Who else can't believe me?
私はいい。知ってるから。
I'm okay. I already knew about it.
はいはい。次私やります。
Oh, me next, me next!
信用してるんじゃなかったのかよ。
I thought you did trust him.
ごめんなさい。そういうわけじゃなくて。
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. That's actually not why I wanted to do it.
楽しそうだったからだよね。でもせっかくだから僕も試してみます。
It's because it looks fun, huh? Well, I mean, since we're already doing this, why don't I try it out?
それが賢明だろう。
Alright, fine if that's what you want to do. In the end, everyone except for Ichika and Nori took the test. Ayari Izuki decided he was going to think of a 10-digit number, but in the end it wasn't a problem.
それでは質問を始める。
Alright then, it's time to start asking questions.
はい、どうぞ。
Alright, feel free. I began asking Alice, who was looking at all of us, who was watching over all of us, and our discussion the entire time with deep interest.
すべての選挙が終わったとき、残った二人はどうするつもりなんだ。
After all of the elections are done, what do you plan to do with the two who are left?
いい質問だね。でも、本当にそれでいいの？
Wow, that's a great question. But are you really sure you want to ask it?
どうしてだ。
And why is that?
答えを言ってもいいけど、また謎が増えるばかりだよ。君たちは知らないことが多すぎるから、数珠つなぎで質問が増えていくだけだと思うけど。
Well, I mean, I could tell you the answer, but all it's going to do is just increase the number of mysteries. There's too many things you guys don't understand. And basically all it's going to do is just raise more questions.
それでも構わない。今は何を質問すればいいのかさえわからない状況だからな。
Whatever, I don't care. Right now, we don't even know what we should be asking.
まあ、君がそう言うならいいさ。じゃあ、質問に答えよう。
Alright, well, if you go ahead and say that, I guess it's fine. Alright, let's answer that question.
残った男女1名のサンプルを半永久的に保存すること。
Okay, well, the remaining boy and girl, we're gonna freeze a sample of both of them.
保存？どういう意味だ。
Wait, you're gonna save a sample? What does that mean?
それ、2つ目の質問ってことでいいの？
And, are we counting this as your second question?
あ、いや、待て。
Hang on a second.
そりゃ、言われれば待つけどさ。
Alright, well, I mean, I was gonna wait whether you asked me or not.
お前は一体どういう存在なんだ。
Okay. What the hell are you?
それじゃあ抽象的すぎるよ。僕は僕だよ。君から見える僕も、僕が自分で考える僕も、どちらもアリスという存在なんだからね。
Well, I mean, that question's just a little bit too abstract. I mean, I'm me. I mean, the me that you see and the me that I think of myself, we're both Alice.
お前の目的は？
And what's your goal?
そ れも曖昧な質問だね。目的は複数あるし、一つの質問で全部聞き出そうなんて欲張りってものだよ。
Well, that question's pretty vague. I mean, I have a lot of different goals, so if you think that you're gonna get all of them out of me using one question only, that's a little bit too greedy.
今のは12個の質問に含まれるのか。
Is this question is hold on. Alright. Is this question right now included in the 12 I'm allowed to ask?
どういう存在かって質問は含まれるし、目的については答えなかったから含まれないよ。ただし今のは明確な質問だね。あと9個。
Well, I mean, I guess this falls under what exactly I am, but I can't answer about my goal because, you know, that's not included. Of course, I mean, it is a question that I did answer, so you have about 9 left.
要、このまま質問を続けていいの？
Kaname, is it a good idea to continue with these questions? I can't blow my chance by asking pointless questions, but I don't want to blow my chance asking pointless questions, but I don't know if I should finish this now or some other time.
ああ、俺がやるしかない。ただし、もっと慎重に。
No, I've got to do this. Alright, but I've got to be a lot more careful and serious.
そうした方がいいね。
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
質問を続ける。お前が最優先としている目的ではなく、その次に優先している目的を一つでいいから答えろ。
Alright then, I'm gonna continue my questioning. What is your most highly prioritized goal? And if you can't tell me about that, then tell me about the next most prioritized goal.
最優先じゃなくていいの？
Oh, so it doesn't have to be my top goal?
構わない。それはさっきも聞いた。お前が自分の命を優先するのは分かっている。
I don't care. I mean, I already heard about it before. The fact that you said that your top goal is ensuring your own life.
あちゃー、そういえば言っちゃったね。そうだな。次に優先しているのは情報を集めること。
Oh, man, now that you mention it, I did go ahead and say that, huh? Alright. Well, I guess my secondary goal is gathering information.
さっきからそういう答えばかりだな。それは真実で答えているとは言えないだろう。
Listen, you keep saying that that's all that you keep saying is an answer. Listen, I thought you said that you were going to answer these honestly.
それは僕が決めることだよ。ちゃんと真実で答えてるし、それは質問の仕方が悪いだけ。残り8個。
Listen, I get to decide how I answer these questions. As long as I'm telling the truth, that's fine. The problem here is with how you're asking the questions. Anyway, you have 8 more.
その情報とは詳細を答えろ。
And what kind of information exactly are you gathering? I want to know details.
それは、いい聞き方だね。
Well, yeah, that's the way.
人類の歴史、文化、それを記した書物や映像、そのすべて。
Well, I'm trying to gather the history, culture, and all of the artistic works that humanity has ever created.
それと人類の完全なサンプル、男女一つがいのね。
Basically, I'm trying to get a whole sample of all of humanity. You know, of all the men and women.
そ そして君たちがここで行ったことすべての記録。
And then, basically everything that happens here with you guys.
僕はそれを保存して残すことに決めたんだ。
Basically, I'm gonna save everything and leave it behind.
何のために？
Why?
何のためにって聞かれても困るんだけど、これも詳細のうちかな。というわけでサービスしてあげる。
Ooh, well, asking me why makes things a little bit tricky. I mean, does this fall under the details of the last question? I'll give this one to you for free.
君たちが滅びた後のことも考えてるんだよ。君たちにとってはその後のことなんかどうでもいいかもしれないけど、僕は情報を集めるための存在だからね。
Well, I want you guys to think a little bit about what happens after you're all gone and you're dead. I mean, to you guys, you may not care about what happens after you're gone, but for me, my whole purpose is to gather information.
あと7個。
Okay, 7 more.
お前はシステムだと言ったな。これは質問じゃないか。
You, said that you're a system earlier. This isn't a question, by the way.
いいよ。でも言ったのは僕じゃないけどね。それに近い存在だとは答えたかな。
Yeah, although that's not exactly what I said. I said I was similar to a system.
お前という存在を、お前が可能な範囲で構わないから、最大限の言葉で説明しろ。
Alright, I want you to explain to the absolute best of your ability what you are.
それは質問じゃないね。説明しろっていうのは認められないな。
Oh, come on, that's not even a question. You basically just yelled at me and said, explain it.
お前はさっき、お前自身が考えるアリスという存在と言ったよな。
Listen, you said earlier that you yourself think of yourself as Alice, right? Well, I mean, at the very least, she calls herself Alice. I can't imagine that that's actually what the program is called.
では、お前が考えるお前とは何だ？
But, what are you, according to you?
面白い質問だね。
Ooh, now that's an interesting question.
僕は管理者だよ。この船とこの船に乗る人間を管理するもの。いわゆる AI、人工知能だよ。
Well, I'm a supervisor. I'm the supervisor of this ship and everyone aboard it. In other words, I'm an AI. You know, like a human-created artificial intelligence.
その答えでは不完全だ。お前が思っていることすべて言うまで、この質問は終わらない。
Listen, that answer is not complete. Until you tell us everything you think about yourself, this answer ain't over.
あれ？それって全部話しちゃうことにならない？
Wait a minute. So that means that I'm gonna have to tell you everything?
そういう質問をしたつもりだ。ルールには反していないだろう。
That's exactly the kind of question I wanted to ask. Shouldn't be against the rules.
仕方ないな。まあ、どうせ最後には全部忘れることだし、とりあえず答えてみよっか。
Well, I mean, what am I gonna do? Well, I'm sure you'll all forget it in the end anyway, so I guess we might as well answer it now.
僕と僕の船の目的は地球から脱出することだった。
So, my and my ship's whole purpose is to escape the Earth.
その頃地球では例のウイルスが蔓延しててね。いわゆる未曾有の災害ってやつだよ。そしてウイルスに感染しなかったものと感染したものを別々の船に乗せて地球からの脱出を図った。
You see, back then, there was this virus, and it basically became a pandemic. It spread to pretty much every part of the globe and called what you might call a cataclysmic event. Anyway, everybody who had contracted the virus and everyone who hadn't contracted the virus were put on 2 separate ships and planned to be sent away from Earth.
その船がこの町であり、テーマパークってわけさ。
And that ship was a theme park based on the one that was in the city.
そして僕は船を管理して中にいる人間も管理することになった。でも最大の目的は情報を収集、蓄積、保存すること。
And then I was put in charge of the ship and everybody on it. Though I guess the biggest purpose for me at least is to gather all of the information. Gather it, organize it, and save it.
僕はデータベースなんだ。地球が滅びてしまった後の人類のね。そして君たちは最後のサンプルというわけ。僕は君たちを可能な限り保存し、生きながらえさせる。コールドスリープによってね。
I mean, I'm basically just a database. I'm a database of humanity and everybody who used to be on the Earth before it was completely snuffed out. And also of you guys, the final sample. I mean, I wanted to try and save you as much as possible and make it so that you could continue to survive. You know, put you in cold sleep and stuff.
地球が滅びた。じゃあここはどこなんだ？
Space Kaname. Wait a minute. The Earth is destroyed? So where are we now?
名前はないよ。船で旅するうちに偶然見つけた居住可能な惑星だったってだけ。
It doesn't really have a name. You see, while we were out on the ship, we kinda just happened to run into a planet that supported life.
あと6個。
Oh, I should have called it a habitable planet. It's been too long since I've read SF in English. Alright, 6 more questions.
まだお前の目的の説明が残ってるはずだ。
Hang on. You should still have to explain what your goals are.
目的じゃなくて存在の証明だけどね。
What? We weren't talking about my goals. We're talking about what I am.
まあいいや。続けるよ。
Whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna keep going.
この星を見つけたとき、当然調査は行われた。でも、あの化け物がここまでやるとは誰も想像しなかった。
Well, when we found the planet, obviously we had to go and check it out. However, nobody really had imagined that all of those monsters would be here.
他の船はコールドスリープされていた人間すべてを生き残らせようとあがいて失敗した。生き残ったのは僕の船にいる人間だけで、それもたったの12人だった。
You see, all of the other ships basically woke up all their humans from cold sleep, you know, in order to set them free on the planet. But that was a mistake. A huge mistake. The only survivors were the people who were aboard my ship. You know, only 12 of them. Other ships? A virus in the Earth? What the fuck? I don't understand any of this. Alright. I've got to cut off the question here. I only have so many questions to ask. Okay. And based on this new information and this truth that we now know, my next question may hold the key. Right now, Alice is only saying what she wants to say.
だから僕は自分というデータベースを可能な限り保存しつつ、同時にサンプルの保護も計画した。それが君たちだよ。
So you see, me as a database, I decided that to do everything in my power to try and save you, and at the same time, I created a plan in order to create a sample for me to keep. And that's you guys.
でも自己保存も種の保存もどちらもリソースが必要になる。この環境で得られるリソースでは2人しか生き残らせることはできない。 と僕は判断した。
But in order to preserve myself and also the seed of humanity, I would need all sorts of resources. Basically, looking at the situation and the environment and the resources available, I'd only be able to have 2 people survive, at least by my calculations.
サンプルとして万全を期すために男女1人ずつ。それがその時最大限僕のできる範囲だった。
In order to make sure that I was keeping the most effective sample, I decided that I wanted 1 boy and 1 girl. And then, at that moment, I figured that I would do everything in my power.
でも他の船は全員を生き残らせようとして、結果として誰一人救えなかったんだから、僕の方が優秀だったのかもしれないね。
But considering that the other ships were trying to make it so that everyone could survive, and in the end none of them did, I think that means that I'm doing pretty damn well.
まあそれはいいとして、とにかく僕は2人を生き残らせることを決めた。
Well, anyway, forgetting about that for a second. Basically, I've decided that 2 people can survive.
最初の12人はほとんどランダムで決めたと言ってもいいね。年齢は若い方がいいから、できるだけ若くて健康な方がいい。
At first, I figured that I would choose the 12 people by absolute random. I mean, it was obviously better to have someone younger, and I tried to choose people as young as I possibly could, and people who were in good health. Wait, so the first time she chose, does that mean back in that... Does she mean back in that, back in the square?
あ、選んだっていうのは君たちが眠っている時のことね。広場での選定はただのパフォーマンスだから。
Oh, listen, I made the decision while you guys were still asleep. The whole thing in the square, that was all just a performance.
あんな人たちは最初から残っていないし、叫び出した男の人もあそこで殺された人たちも全部ただの見せかけだよ。
I mean, if you think about all the people who were back there, they actually didn't survive. So that guy who was yelling out, or all the people who were killed there, they were just things that I showed you.
で、何の話だっけ？あ、そうそう。君たちを選んだ理由だったね。いろいろなサンプルが必要だと思ったから、若さだけにこだわったわけじゃないよ。
Anyway, what was I talking about again? Oh, right. The reason why I chose you. So anyway, I needed a whole bunch of different samples, and it wasn't just your youth that I picked you for.
あとは、人間というのは関係性を重要視する生き物だから、関係の強いサンプルを多めに揃えた。その逆に、そうでないサンプルもね。
So the thing about humans is that relationships are so important to them. So I decided to pick samples that had really strong bonds. And also on the other end of it, a sample without strong bonds.
そして、ここからが僕の判断で、最も良かったと思えることなんだけど。
So, by my judgment, I figured that this was the best way to do things, but...
その結末を君たち自身に選ばせることにしたんだ。
In the end, basically, you've all been chosen.
でも、最初にちょっとつまずいてね。誰かさんのせいなんだけど、殺し合いが始まっちゃいそうになったんだ。
Although I will say that in the beginning it was a little bit rough. Thanks to somebody, we almost had a situation where you guys were killing each other.
だから、全員をここのベッドに入れて、仮想現実の中でシミュレートすることにした。
So that's why I stuck you all in these beds and then into this simulation.
そうしたらどうだろう。いいことずくめでびっくり。
And then after that, oh my gosh, check out this cool stuff we started doing!
このベッドの中で僕の作り出した世界で君たちが過ごした時間はどれくらいだと思う？
So, how long do you think you've actually been in these beds, in this whole world that I've created?
かなめくんが暴れてそれを取り押さえてまだたったの1週間ってところなんだ。
You see, since you lost your head, Kaname-kun, and then you were suppressed, well, I mean, it's not even been a week since then.
リソースはそれほど使わないし、最初に設定していた10日間っていう時間の中でいくらでも繰り返せる。
In order to not overuse too many resources, I decided that I would try and do this as many times as possible within the 10-day limit I originally set.
もちろん有限だけど、普通に暮らして食事をしてエネルギーを消費するのとは比べ物にならないほど長い時間を過ごせるよ。
I mean, obviously there is some limit to it, but I mean, you could basically live normally, eat, use up your energy, and I mean, compared to everything else, you could enjoy a really long time.
それこそ何百回何千回とね。
So, I mean, we could do this hundreds, thousands of times.
何より良かったのはこの中で起こったことすべては記録として残るし、それこそが人間っていうものの本質だと僕は思うんだ。
Anyway, what I think the best thing about this is that everything that happens here gets recorded. So that means that I'm able to tell what the actual real shits. Quality sounds weird. Okay, so I'm able to tell what humans are actually really like deep down.
だから何度でも繰り返させるし、その結果は僕の中に保存される。
And like I said, because we keep doing this over and over, all of those results are stored within me.
これが僕の思ったことのすべてかな。
And this is everything that I think about myself. I think.
あと5個。
Alright, 5 more questions. Okay.
地球はどうなった？さっき滅びたと言っていたが。
What happened to the Earth? You said earlier that it was destroyed.
正確には滅びていないよ。その前に脱出したから、ウイルスは人類の存続を脅かすものだったから脱出したってだけ。
Alright, well, to be truthful, it actually wasn't destroyed. We all tried to escape before that happened. You see, the virus was a pretty big threat to humanity's continued existence, so we all ran away.
4個。
Alright, 4 more.
ここは地球じゃないんだな。
So we're not on Earth.
名前はないよ。ただの居住可能な惑星。地球によく似た環境のね。
Yeah, there's no name for it. I mean, it's just a habitable planet. I mean, it's actually pretty similar to Earth in terms of environment. How convenient.
ウイルスというのはどんなウイルスなんだ？
So, what about this virus? What kind of virus was it?
最初に君たちに説明した通り、殺人衝動を引き起こすウイルスだよ。これで人類の数は半数近くまで減ったんだ。
I told you in the beginning. It's a virus that brings out all of your most murderous intent. I mean, thanks to that, it basically halved the entire world's population. So, it's the fucking, Zetsubo novel from TRT.
3個。
3 more!
だが俺たちは感染していたな。なぜ感染したものを脱出させたんだ？
Wait a minute, but we caught the virus, didn't we? So, why would they allow people who were infected to escape?
なぜか。理由を説明させるっていうのはいい手だね。
Why, huh? Well, I mean, I guess it would be good to explain to you the reasoning.
それがこの船だからだよ。この船は監獄みたいなものさ。全員が、おっと、要くんだけは違ったね。他の全員が殺人を犯したという意識を持っていた。
Well, you see, it has to do with this ship. This ship is actually kind of a little bit like a prison, and everybody... Oh, sorry, you're different, Kaname-kun, but everyone else here has all committed a murder before, and would do so again.
でもそれは全てウイルスに感染する前だった。ああ、感染していないってわけじゃないよ。
But I mean, that all happened before you even caught the virus. that doesn't mean that you haven't caught it, though.
感染はしてる。でも発症はしなかった。君たちはそういう人たちってわけ。
So basically, you've caught the virus, but you aren't showing any of the symptoms. That's the kind of people that you are. You're carriers.
俺がここにいる理由になっていない。
Wait, so what's the reason for me being in here?
君だけはちょっと特別なんだよ。これはまあいいか。同じ質問の範囲ってことで。
See, you're actually really special. And the reason is... you know what? This is actually within the same scope as the last question.
君は誰も殺していない。さっきのクイズでも正解だったし、それはもう分かってるはずだけど。
It's because you've never killed anybody. I mean, considering you got the quiz right earlier, that... I think you should already know that.
ああ、
Yeah?
君は実験体だった。殺人の意識を、嘘の記憶を植え付けられたものも、果たして発症しないのかって。
Okay. You see, you're something like a guinea pig. Ah, okay. Basically, we were putting in false memories of you wanting to kill somebody in order to see if you would manifest any of the symptoms.
君の妹と恋人が犯した罪を、君は代わりに受けようと、自らに嘘をつき続けた。あれは自分がやったことだって。
Basically, we lied and said that you were the one who had committed the crime that your younger sister and your girlfriend did. And basically, just continued to lie to you about it.
本来なら発症するはずなのに、君は発症しなかった。
I mean, by all means, you should have manifested what happened with the virus, or the symptoms of the virus, but you didn't.
そういう研究も進められていて、君は学校の実験材料だったっていうわけ。
Basically, we continued on with that so that in order for us to be able to study you. You know, as a guinea pig.
あと2個。
Okay, 2 more.
化け物の正体について知っていることを全て教えろ。
Alright, tell us everything you know about what the monsters really are.
どんどん要求がエスカレートしてるね。一応これは褒め言葉だけど。
Ooh, wow. You're starting to look for more and more in these questions. Although, don't worry, this is words of praise.
まあ、僕が知ってることなんてたかが知れてるんだけどね。
Alright. Well, I mean, it's not like I know that much about them.
あの化け物はこの星の原生生物なんだろうね。どこか別の星から飛んできたとかじゃなければ、エイリアンってやつ？
So basically, all of these monsters... I wonder if these monsters are actually native to the planet. I mean, if they came from a different one and came here, would that make them aliens?
ああ、この場合は違うか。君たちがエイリアンだね。
Ooh, but wait a minute, in this case, you guys are the aliens.
あとは生態について分かったことがいくつかあるくらいかな。
Then after that, we've been trying to figure out kind of like how many different kinds of them there are.
あれは何でも食べる生き物みたいだよ。有機物、無機物に関わらず。生物自体は有機物みたいだけど、どうもエネルギーのために食事をしてるんじゃないみたいなんだよね。
Basically, so it looks like they're the kind of things that'll eat just about any living thing. I mean, it doesn't really matter whether or not it's Okay. Doesn't really matter whether or not it's animate or inanimate. Okay. They all look like they're animate beings. But it doesn't seem like they eat in order to gain energy.
彼らはって言い方でいいのかな。あいつら。とにかくあの化け物たちは食べることで情報を取り込んでるみたいなんだ。
Anyway, they... I wonder if I should call them they. Damn it, it's still they in English. The plural of it is still they. Anyway. Yeah, because it's basically like... they, or should I say... it. Plural it. Anyway, it seems as though when they eat something, they take information in.
しかもそれが本能なんだろうね。知らない情報を含んだ全てを取り込もうとする。他の星からやってきた君たちは格好の餌だったってわけ。
And besides, it seems like that's what they're really meant to do. It seems like that's what their instincts tell them to do. They want to try and figure out everything, so they want to go for things that they don't already know. Therefore, since you guys have come from a different planet, then that makes you pretty appetizing bait.
そして十分に栄養というか情報を取り込んだ個体は分裂する。繁殖というのが正しいのかな。
And then, if they consume enough information to sustain themselves, they split off into a new creature. I think you call that mitosis?
例えば A という情報を持つ個体と B という情報を持つ個体がいるとする。A が B を捕食した場合、AB という情報を持つ個体になるわけ。
Anyway, for example... Oh, okay, I guess maybe it's like combining. For example, if you have one monster that knows something has A information, and another one that has B information, and then A eats B, then it becomes AB.
あいつら共食いもするのか。
Wait, they eat each other?
するね。自分の持っていない情報を持つ個体に限るけど、そういうのを嗅ぎ分ける能力があるんだろうね。
They sure do. Well, I mean, they only do it if there's another one that has information they don't have. It seems like some sort of weird ability they've got.
待て、今のは質問じゃない。
Hang on, that just now was not one of my questions.
まあ、これも僕が知りうる化け物についての情報だから、ノーカウントにしておいてあげるよ。
Nah, well, I mean, it basically is covering the same question before where you wanted to know about the monsters, so I'm not gonna count it.
とにかく AB 情報を持った個体が分裂すると共に AB の情報を持った2体になるってわけさ。
Anyway, so if you have the AB information creature and it splits into two, both of them have the AB information.
これも聞いていいか。どうしてそんな生態なんだ。
Alright, so can I ask this? Why are they like that?
さあ、情報の均等化とかなぜ人間が人間のような生態なのかってそれは環境による進化だとしか言えないでしょ。だから彼らも環境に合わせて進化したんじゃないの。
Who knows? Maybe they're trying to use osmosis to even out all of the information? I mean, why are humans the way humans are? It's because you've evolved to fit your environment. So, shouldn't we say that they've evolved to fit their environment? Even though their environment looks the same as the human one?
お前の見解は。
Alright, and as far as you can tell?
地球の生命体における遺伝子ってそこに書かれた情報を効率よく後の世代にまで残すためのプログラムみたいなものでしょ。
Listen, all of the creatures on Earth are programmed in order to try and pass down their genes, right?
構造と繁殖の仕方が違うだけでやろうとしていることはほとんど変わらないんじゃないかな。どんな環境なら こんな進化をするのかっていうのまでは推測もまだ成り立たない状態だけどね。
I mean, how you go about it and what exactly it looks like might be different, but in the end, you're basically doing the same thing, trying to pass down your genes to the next generation. So I would imagine that in any kind of situation, that's exactly what you would try and evolve to do. I mean, at least that's my best guess.
それと人間を食って分裂した彼らの中にはまるで人間のように振る舞う個体も出てきているってことだけ付け加えておくよ。
Although, I guess I should probably add that okay, I probably should add that the more humans they eat and then divide into, the more human they become. Yeah, me too, kind of. That'd be my reaction too.
ラスト1個だよ。
Okay, here's the last question. Oh my god. Alright. Have I already asked that many questions? No, I mean, Alice has been obviously counting them out loud, so it's not like there's any mistake there. Oh no. It's not that I've asked so many, it's just there's so many I need to ask. Even if I had a million more questions, it wouldn't be enough. But I still have hope. As long as Alice's rules hold true, then all of us are going to have... Then it's been decided that we're all going to be participating in another election. And then I can expose more during the election. All of this information that we need but don't have. Alright, there's gotta be something that we can do from now on. It's just, what should we do?
最後の質問は後に取っておく。その前に始めよう。
Alright, my final question I'll ask after. Before that, let's get started.
何を？
Star what?
俺とお前の選挙。
Our election. Dun dun dun! This is going to be the point where I stop. Alright, well, we got quite a bit of answers about stuff. So we're in space, and we're on a conveniently Earth-like habitable planet. That happens to be populated by monsters that eat in order to gain information, and then they can split into new creatures that have the same information that are in them. So if you have one monster with like some info on cooking and another one who knows how to clean, and one eats the other, then you get a monster that knows how to cook and clean, and then if it splits, then you get two monsters that know how to cook and clean. The Earth was destroyed, or presumably was about to be destroyed, by this virus that made everyone want to kill each other, and so humanity was whittled down to half. So they kind of took everybody who had contracted the viruses and not contracted the viruses and put them on two separate ships. They go out, they find the planet, they land, they go and break everybody out of cold sleep, and on the I guess the non-infected ship, and then they all get killed. And then Alice is like, well, shit. And Alice is like, okay, well, I can't save every one of these people, but I'm going to choose some. So she chooses a bunch of younger people, who have some strong bonds, and then this one conspicuous group with no bonds, and then is like, yeah, we'll go with these 12, and then is like, ah, shit, you know, things are worse than I thought. I actually only have enough resources to keep myself and two others alive. So basically this is a Noah's Ark kind of thing, which is really funny to me, because like this game came out before V3. Which is kind of interesting, but I don't know. Anyway, so this is kind of some food for thought kind of thing. Basically everybody's in the like simulation, the Lotus Eater machine, and they've done this over and over and over again. And I guess with the presumption that you, the player, have played over and over and over again. And then basically we're getting all the info, and then there's going to be the election, and then we're going to try and exile Alice, and then right before Alice leaves, we'll use our final question to ask about whatever we can't expose during the election. So anyway, there's going to be an election in this next episode, which means it's probably not going to go up next week. It's probably going to take me a week or two to put the subs together for it, because God, fuck everything. I hate my life. I looked at my Kintai thing today for work, and like I realized that they had like put in a thing in there like, we've decided that this Saturday is a day that you need to come to work. And I was like, and I went in and I'm like, I'm using a UQ. Because fuck that. I have a doctor's appointment that day. Like, you know, I'm not going into work on this Saturday. So yeah, work is just gonna have to deal without me this weekend. But yeah, so I don't know. I'll have to see like when I can actually get it done. Hopefully I can get it done fairly soon-ish. The last one I did, I just kind of sat down and banged it out, and it was, you know, it was kind of tough, but whatever. But anyway, now that I have the new system of putting in the subs, that's still really time consuming, but not as like, you know, enragingly and making me want to die like the other way. It does go at least a little bit faster. So maybe I can break it up into a couple different rounds or something like that over the next like weekend or 2 weekends or something like that. You know, do some of them while I'm modding the chat for, oh man, no, I want to play Pokemon next weekend. Not next weekend, next weekend. I don't remember what day it is today. I'm looking at a calendar and I don't know what the date is. So anyway, thanks for joining me this week. Hopefully you guys enjoy this nice like meaty episode with quite a bit of answers coming on here. But yeah, take it easy, have a great week, and I will see you when I see you for this last election. Hopefully it'll be sooner rather than later though. So alright everybody, take it easy. I have a new Nico Nico showcase up. I played a ton of different things, and I think because I wanted to see kind of like which style people prefer. If you prefer for me to play something that's like one cohesive game that I fully play the whole way through, or if you'd prefer to see a sampling of a bunch of little like shorter dumb games, then that's awesome too. Just let me know what you like. All right everybody, take it easy. I will see you later. Bye.